Absent fathers. Why don't you see your children and what put you into that mindset or situation? I was 19 when I found out I was pregnant with my son Aaron. His father, Jake, and I got married quickly, partly out of fear, partly out of hope that things would work out. I didn't know then that hope could blind you. The first time Jake hit me, I was 5 months pregnant. I had nowhere to run. He had moved us hundreds of miles away from my parents, and I was too proud, too scared, and too young to admit I'd made a mistake. I stayed. I tried to be better, as if bending myself into someone else could stop the abuse. It never did. Jake's anger shifted around, but one thing never changed. He adored our son. Aaron could do no wrong in his eyes. Jake would tell me, with a kind of casual cruelty, that I was just the pod for his perfect child, that my purpose was to carry, feed, and clean up after the boy who was destined for greatness. It made me feel invisible, worthless, like the world had condensed down to a single point of light. My son, and everyone else, including me, existed only around him. By the time Aaron was 4, the abuse had left physical scars, broken bones, black eyes, but the mental toll was worse. I had attempted suicide twice, swallowed pills with trembling hands, convinced myself that if I disappeared, the boy could thrive in a world without me. But even those dark attempts didn't change the cycle. Jake made sure I was kept away from Aaron whenever possible, and I learned to swallow the ache of missing him over and over again. After years of abuse, I finally left. I packed what little I could, took my life in my hands, and ran. Jake screamed, threatened me, told me in no uncertain terms that if I tried to take Aaron, he would kill me. I believed him. I had no choice but to let him keep control, to let my son grow up in a world where his father called the shots, and I was merely a visitor. 8 years later, Jake died from his alcoholism. By then, Aaron was 12, thriving in school, making friends, and carving out a life I had barely been allowed to glimpse. I expected chaos, resentment, confusion, but life had its own strange sense of timing. Jake's parents, Diane and Tom, stepped in to raise him. They weren't just willing, they were amazing. They loved Aaron fiercely, and they had nothing but time and energy to devote to him. When they offered for me to be involved in Aaron's life, I was hesitant. I worried I had missed too much. I worried about interrupting the life he had known. But Diane and Tom encouraged me, welcomed me, and slowly, I became a regular part of his life again. I watched Aaron excel in school, saw him navigate friendships, join sports, laugh, and grow without the shadow of abuse I had feared would follow him forever. We made up for lost time slowly. I showed up to his football games, helped with homework, and had long talks with him about things I hadn't known how to explain when he was little. The bond we missed out on for years is still fragile, but it's growing stronger every day. He trusts me, and I trust myself in this role in his life. Looking back, it's hard not to feel sorrow for the years we lost, but I also see the people who made it possible for him to thrive despite everything. Diane and Tom never tried to replace me. They never made Aaron choose between his mother and them. They created a home where love was abundant, where he could grow safely, and they gave me a chance to step back into his world when the time was right. Now, Aaron is starting 8th grade, excelling in academics, and just made the football team. He's happy, confident, and curious about life. Every time I see him laugh or succeed, I feel a mix of relief, pride, and gratitude. I can't undo the years we lost, but I can build the years we have. We are rebuilding our relationship on a foundation stronger than fear or control. Trust, patience, and love. Aaron and I still have a long way to go, but the time we have now is ours. We are making up for the years we couldn't share, and for the first time in a long time, I feel hopeful about the future we can build together.